Hi Year Sixes. I'm just going to remind you about drawing a face. So there are lots of different ways of measuring a face, and this is just one. So it's not like the definitive way, but you can use parts of your face to measure out where the features are, and everyone's features are different. So some people have bigger eyes, smaller lips, you name it. So you can't just go by a set rule. You have to observe really, really carefully when you're drawing a face. But say you're trying to fathom out, first of all, where everything is. As a general rule, your eyes, if you go right to the top of hair and your eyes down to the bottom of your chin, are about halfway. So the eyes aren't like halfway down from the top of your forehead. That's to the top of like the hair space and then down. And also, so chop in half. And then also your nose you can use. Mine is a long nose, but you can use it to measure. So there's a nose, that's a nose, and that's a nose. And there's a nose here as well. And there, sometimes, depending on your side of your nose. And your ears, can you see sort of, unless you're tipping different angles. So it's if you're straight on, you can generally see the top of the ears in line with the eyes, and the bottom of the ears in line with the nose-ish. So just when you're measuring, it's like maths. You're measuring where everything is, and use something on the face to measure where it might be in relation to. So is the middle of the lips in the middle? You have to measure your own one. And then the lips, are they as big as an eye? No. But you could measure down from the pupils. If I was looking straight down from the pupils, you could generally move to the side of the lips. Let's start with a vague measurement on the piece of paper, and then you actually have to work out for yourself where the actual features are. So if we drew a circle, say that's tricky, use something to draw around, chop the circle in half, and then we can, my circle isn't a proper circle, but say you measure that in half again, that'll be your eye line, and then you measure that down half again to around there, so there to there. Just keep checking that you've got the measurements right, and say I've gone and done millions of lines, you can, where's my rubber? Oh well, you can rub out the duff lines, and then and say that's the bottom of the chin. Come down from here and make a chin shape. So it's not just, sorry, that's not just a chin. Your eye levels are your eye level is here. So that's the cheeks actually, down to the bottom of the chin, and everyone's chin is a different shape as well. Some are pointy, some got rounder faces. You might need to adjust your face, but we'll do that at the end. So say that was your half mark of your circle, and in between the bottom of the nose and the middle of that circle, that measurement, is the eye line. You can chop that in half for where the nose might go. There. And so the eyes, you've got an eye, often you've got an eye and an eye and eye. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you've got 5 sections to mark out. So that's an eye. Is that an eye? You have to measure. And then there's probably about another eye to the edge of this, the face, probably, depending on your face. So if you do your eye, they're not round, they're a certain shape, and everyone's eye shape is different. Some are narrower or wider. So say you've drawn your eyes in there, be careful of how, oh, mine are different lengths, look. Already I've done that wrong. Never mind, I'll do that one a bit longer. And then there's a blob in there, and you can just sort of, don't go into the detail too much to start with, but it is nice to get the eyes in. And those irises, the coloured bits, are round, but you can't generally see the whole thing unless you've got your eyes really wide open, which is not normal. And you're very, very, very surprised. So a relaxed face, you'll generally see part of the iris. Have a look. And then you might see your pupil bang in the middle. And then have a look in your eyes for the light, because you might have a chink of light where there's a bit of the window, or two windows if you've got lots of different sources of light in the room. Two windows, but they'll probably be about the same in each eye, I think. Similar anyway. And so it's nice to get the eyes in place, but don't go too much detail because you might need to adjust the size. And there's always an eye lid somewhere because the eyes fold up. And then, so I can't quite remember, but I think the nose is longer than that. It's got to be longer than that, hasn't it? The bottom of that circle. Work it out. Where's your lips? And if your lips are, don't go and make a tiny pair of lips there. Doesn't work. You measure down. And I think I might have to widen this face up, but say the middle of your lips are there. I think the nose is, in your nose you can't draw it as a line. Well, you can draw it as a line, but you can't see it as a line. There's more of a nuance to it. You have to measure how big that nose is. Where is it in line with the sides here? These bits that come out from your nostrils. And then where's the top lip? Your top lip. What does it look like? And is this top lip bump in the middle here a bit? And now, does this shape of the face look okay? Do we need to widen it or make it smaller? You can sketch it a bit, and then if you don't do really heavy lines, you can rub them out. And so where are the eyebrows? Measure up. Is it like an eye again? Say, ish. And how long are they? Everyone's eyebrows are different. Some people, you can't really see their eyebrows, and some people have really big ones. And what else? Hairline. So that's not the hairline. Hairline will be somewhere else. And you can draw your hair in. And where's the ears? So say they're about to the top of there and to there. Ears. I'm also measuring about an eye's width from out from there. Well, you can go on, and then eyelashes. Do you have eyelashes? Does your nose tip up a bit? Can you see a bit of nostril when you look up? Or is it sort of pointing downy kind of nose? Where are the shadow and the light? Where's your source of light? Oh, and how big is your chin, your neck? Is it that big? Or is it that big? And where does your hair go? And what sort of shadow and light can you see in the ear? All these things you could watch out for. But the sort of basic measurement is rule of thumb. Measure it, you can measure it with your thumb, or you can measure it with your fingers. Good luck.